Hey guys, so welcome on the Coleman Richness channel, and today I would like to react to a video of Wode Maya about a very hot topic actually, because there's a huge polemic in France for those who actually don't know, because two doctors on French TV say that they would like to do a test of campaign for the COVID-19 vaccines in Africa, especially to African people, because they are more exposed to the virus because they don't have masks and stuff. So what I personally think that as because first of all I would like to introduce more myself. My parents come from African country, Comoros especially, and they're immigrants, and yeah, they came in Europe, and I was born and raised in France. So I was born here, and it's not the first time that it's happened, and I personally think that it's gonna happen over and over, this kind of polemics on French TV, because um, first, it's not the first time for maybe for foreigners they're kind of shocked, but for French people, it's like a routine. Like every year we have kind of polemics towards black people. They say a lot of things on French TV. They're, let's be honest, kind of racist, but I think it's pointless to add another disclaimers, because there's a lot of videos on internet about it and they did a great jobs, but I would like to add my point of view, my opinion, because I feel like we have to focus more on ourselves, like, or on African people especially, to, yeah, to be more focused on ourselves. And there's some reasons why people, like some communities, disrespect us so bad, like in many other countries, not only in the West, but in Russia, in China, in many other countries, in Arabic countries. It's happened over and over. And I personally think, like, the first reasons why, it's because we are kind of weak. Like, we are super divided. And I talk with my experience, because as I said before, my parents come from Comoros, so I know that in the Comoros culture we are super divided. And it's like we come from the same countries, but it's like we have a lot of tribes, and you belong to your tribes more than your countries. So you don't feel like, oh, okay, this dude come from another city as mine, so it's not my brother. We don't have any shit to do together. We don't hang out. We don't do anything. And it's one of the reason why people take so much advantages of black people, because we don't have like a unity compared to other nations. And it's a weakness point. I personally think like we have to change this kind of mindset, because if we don't, actually it's gonna happen over and over, and people gonna even take advantage of our divisions to, yeah, to do some war between us. And I honestly feel like it's a pity. If you look at Africa, we have a great potential and stuff, but I'm gonna talk about these issues later on in the video. So the second reasons why basically I feel like we are kind of disrespected by other nations, and I will talk especially about the diaspora in France, because I'd never been that much in Africa except like few months of holidays. So I don't want to include African people, but for French people from African immigrants' parents, the first number one reasons why we are kind of disrespected, except our divisions, is like, unfortunately we don't have like great companies, we don't have economical strengths, power in French society compared to, I don't know, Asian communities and stuff. You always hear about it, but it's true. Like, I mean, especially for my channel, economical is very important. To be rich is very important, even though like people will say money is not the life goals. But with the money, of course, you it's not an end, but it's gonna help you to reach your goal very easily and be respected by other nations, because we live in capitalistic world, as everybody know, obviously. And as long you don't have the money, you don't have the ability to, and you're not just a consumer, because the fact that if you depend of someone to consume everything, this person have power on you because you have to spend your money to live on his business. So we have to be more, as community, we have to be more standalone and have our own businesses. Or I don't know. I know it can be like very, very, very arrogant to say these kind of things, especially because I've done nothing. I'm just a web developer. But what I personally think is we should try to grow up and educate ourselves more to have higher jobs, higher places for those who actually have the ability to build a business, higher businesses, and join together to have a very powerful economy as people, as community. So that's, I feel like, the number two reasons why we are kind of disrespected. And it's something that we basically can change. Like, it's not something that we're gonna end up poor, except if you decided to do nothing. If you decide to change, like, okay, it cannot happen for the next generations, I have to change my mindset, I have to do something, at least make the things change. uh, you can be sure that things gonna happen if you work and you have a strategy. And the better is like we network together. That's, yeah, we have more channels who talk about these kind of issues, about Africa and the economical stuff. So yeah, I feel like it's obviously it's something that, a work that have to be done if the next generations, we don't want that they go through the same disappointment that we are going through. So the last point that I would like to share before ending up these videos, because it's gonna be very long, I felt like the reasons why we are kind of bullied by other nations is the fact, like, um, in Africa there are so many opportunities, and when you look at the richest nations, they say that we are kind of poor and stuff, but they're all in Africa making business there. Like, if you look at the Turkish, the Japanese, the Chinese, the Russians, the French, the Americans, they are all there in Africa making business, while we're struggling here. We're struggling here in Europe. And yeah, I mean, it's cool to be in Europe because they're the comfort and stuff, which I really appreciate. But there's not so much opportunities, honestly. To be honest, there are not so much opportunities because everybody is built, and it's kind of hard to make businesses here, to because everything is so competitive. Like, there are so many companies, and yeah, I feel like it's way easier to be in a place that growing and with a huge marketplace like Africa and stuff, than to be in Europe and struggle for life. So I feel like it's time for us to take a step back and understand, like, it's our place, like, it's our on our home. So one day or another, we will have to think about investing there. And even myself, like, I don't have any knowledge or idea of business for now, and I don't know how I will do it, but it's the place to be for the future. And maybe we should help each other to find an idea of business that we can do, yeah, we can do individually or with many African brothers and sisters. So that's pretty much all for yeah, the things that we can basically do. There's others list, but it's gonna be a bit long, so I will end up now. And I would like to say that if you're not agree with my, yeah, with my opinions, it's just my opinions. I don't give any lessons to no one. I start with myself because I feel like I have to change myself first. I just share it with you because it's something that I feel very concerned about, as African descendant. I don't know how to say in English, no matter. And you can dislike this video. It doesn't really matter. Let's be honest. You can dislike this video if you feel stressed, if you feel like, oh, he attacked me and stuff. Okay, no problem. And you can explain in the comments why it was against my ideas. And if you have others' ideas, let others people know, because yeah, if you spread your ideas, it can help the community. So I just want to say that join the channel because we will I'm not an expert, but we will try to find to start from scratch, because I basically start from scratch. I'm just web developer. I'm not like son of rich and stuff. And we try to glow up and become better, a better version of ourselves, and become very rich. I hope so. So we try to, for now, we focus on the mindset, but we will vlog how we implement our advices and stuff in the next future after the confinement. So make sure to subscribe to support the channel. We really appreciate it. And yeah, God bless Africa.